Mr. Tamjid Abdullah. Welcome to Jewellery Pod. I'm so honored that I actually am short of words, but I'm very happy that we are doing this today. And you have been a guiding light for whole industry throughout. And it's a happiest day for Jewellery Pod that you are here and sharing your wisdom with all of us. Welcome to Jewellery Pod.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to be on such a platform, and I hope this interaction will be something beneficial for everybody.
Anything coming out of your mouth, people would love to hear it.
Yes,
And it's us who are always being guided by you. And I would like to share something. In Indian tradition, when we start something, we always worship Lord Ganesha, the removal of obstacles. But when someone has to do something new in UAE, they come to you and they seek your blessings, your guidance, and also none of the programs start with you.
that's very interesting. See, today, why do we go to school? We go to school to learn from a teacher. The teacher's job, the knowledge he has, his job is to pass it on to all the students. Today, with God's blessing, we are the third generation in the jewelry business. We were actually quite lucky to be born into jewelry business, so we didn't start from scratch. We started from, let's say, an inherited business, inherited artisans, let's say, or professionals in our business. So we learned it from scratch. Today, I have knowledge. I have enough knowledge. Never everything, but have enough knowledge for my age. And if I do not pass this on to the next generation, correct them if I am able to correct them, guide them in the right way, advise them in how to start the business, how to initiate a starting point, and if they face any obstacles, how to face these obstacles. So I feel a duty of our generation is to pass on the knowledge of the trade or the skills of being a jeweler to somebody else that could benefit from it, and then pass it on to the next generation. Like we inherited this from my father, who inherited from his father as well, from my grandfather. So it's inherited and filtered down. At the same time, we enhance it, we improve it. Let's say in the old days, what my grandfather used to do, the tools he used to use were very basic, traditional tools of manufacturing. Today, things have evolved, have grown to a lot of technologies involved in the manufacturing, etc. Yet, the human touch has to be in there no matter what. So, having this knowledge has to go down to the next generation, and we have advised a lot of youngsters, because unfortunately our trade or our business, our industry as jewelers in the UAE or in the region, let's say, it's very limited for our UAE citizens are very few in this business, because the moment you start saying, you need so and so millions of dirhams to start this, no, they are scared a little bit because of the gold is expensive, diamonds are expensive, gemstones are expensive. So you're dealing with expensive items, expensive commodities. So, and then they are scared of the next step. Like if they start this, will it succeed or will it fail? I would say you have to try. Don't ever think that the world finishes or ends in one mistake or one, let's say, obstacle that you face in your life, in business or in anything else. You need to keep on trying. But when you have, let's say, some guideline that we were talking about earlier, from people like me or my brothers or whoever other good jewelers around in the region, you have some guidelines of how to start the business. You already have gone 50% through the challenge that you are going into. We have initiated in the past a college for teaching jewelry manufacturing in our old company. we started that. It went on for about 6 years till, unfortunately, we have had like 45 graduates that they became already jewelers. Okay, in a small scale, but they are there. They are in the market. We have encouraged them. It was a non-profitable college. We wanted. The objective was to create new UAE jewelers, Emirati jewelers that would start in the market, and we have lots of talents. Luckily, we have lots of talents in designing and in the will of artists and manufacturing. So we were very happy that we have achieved something in that. Unfortunately, when we sold the company back in the days, the new owners said, non-profitable, close it. So anyways, it's not, today we are part of the society. We look at our family, we are part of the society. We are not just sell jewelry, take money. Today, our interaction with the society, with the public is not only that. Today, it's a give and take. Today, if I have some talented designer, we'll adopt this designer, come here, we sit them in the factory, design some jewelry, because on the paper it's something, and the physical piece, when it comes to live, how it looks like, then we realize whether it's wearable, non-wearable, expensive, or too cheap, whatever. So you could see it happening in front of you, and you learn how to manufacture it. From there, with God blessing, we have definitely, I would say, we have our fingerprints in this industry, in our country, in the region, that we have produced some new jewelers into the market.
Yeah, we all are very fortunate to have your guidance across. And talking about your forefathers and father who started business in 1907, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
And from there, starting a business in a country like UAE back then with very limited resources. And I would say it would have been very challenging then. But also you came up with first shop in Gold Souk in 1955.
That's right.
So walk us through that journey, because it's unbeatable what Dubai is now. It's a journey of 50 years, and we are talking about more than 100 years when you started business.
Right. But 117 years, so it's quite, I'm not that old, but our family is in this business. It is definitely, as you said, it's a challenging starting point. My father was the only Arabic jeweler in Dubai, and he has, definitely I'm going to be praising my father a lot, God bless his soul, but to me, I've seen so many other jewelers, but the things I've seen my father doing with his own hands, in today's life, people think it's miracles happening. I mean, when you are a talented jeweler, you succeed. You succeed by presenting something new into the market. That's why my father was quite, I would say, on a different level of the jewelry market, because he had the passion and the love for manufacturing or making something new, innovative, creative. So whatever he was putting into the market, he was like, wow, everybody's just saying, like, amazing. I'm proud of that for sure. And we learned from the big professor, I would say. We were trained by, I was trained, me and my brother, we were trained for almost six and a half years in the workshop before we stand on the counter to sell the jewelry. Because my father's philosophy was, you need to know what you are selling before you sell it. You get my point? So to know how it's born, this piece, that, you know, we did some rough calculation the other day, and from the designing of the jewelry piece, to the end piece ready to go on the counter, it's a minimum of 156 hours for a simple piece to go from design to the showcase. This process, I mean, customer comes in and looks at the piece, this is not nice. I mean, you have to accept that, you know, maybe your taste is different from theirs or whatever. And I take us back to being in Dubai, or born in Dubai. We have today almost 220 different nationalities that you are dealing with in the, say, in the jewelry industry. You have to satisfy this guy's taste, budgets, etc. So you're exposed to a big, let's say, to a small world, let's say, in Dubai, that you have to satisfy all these people, because if you want to be a successful jeweler, you need to have something to have these guys accept it or like it. On those days, back in the, like you talked about the 50s, the first shop was a beautiful shop those days. And it was like most of the other jewelers in the market. They all had like small counters on the floor. The jeweler would be sitting on a small chair behind the counter and selling. My father's shop was a big, beautiful showcase, standing showcase, and back showcases as well, long counters inside. So the customer would walk in, we see like he sees them beautiful jewelry showcase outside, the big variety of jewelry that he walks in. So it was a different experience for the jewelers. That was what, let's say, put my father on those days to a different level from the other jewelers. And from there, he was the first wholesaler of jewelry as well, because he used to manufacture jewelry in Italy and in India. Those days, the market had only the local made jewelry, or on a good day, they had the Bahraini jewelry where they go to Bahrain, buy some jewelry from the factories in there and sell it in Dubai. My father brought the Italian jewelry into the market back in 1963. He used to make great business, because bringing the Italian jewelry into the market here, it was like something, wow, new. Nothing what the customers or the consumers see around in the market. So he had an upper level on jewelry varieties than the rest. Then the Indian jewelry, it was again, even though we had Indian jewelers in the market, but they had no Indian-made jewelry. So he used to go to Calcutta, to Coimbatore, to different places in India, get all these beautiful handmade jewelry from there in 21 or 22 carat, to satisfy also all the Asian community with the purity of gold that they want. So having started the wholesale, then when we were like 13, 14 years old, we started getting more involved in the jewelry, in the sales. So we used to go to school half day and then back in the afternoon to do the business behind the counter, sell, interact with the clients, and interact as well with the wholesale clients. Then we thought, Father, we need to enlarge the wholesale business, because it's really good, and we had most of the jewelers of the region, they used to all come to us to buy. Yes, we took another office, we made a big office for wholesale, and we started trading in wholesale, as well as the retail shops. Then we started expanding in the retail shops. Then back in 1977, we said we're going to make a new brand called Damas, and we made Damas, and it was our own brand. And we nourished this brand, and we made a lot of advertisements and marketing, etc., where the market was still not at that level of accepting marketing and spending money on newspapers and magazines and etc., and billboards and all of. So we had guts, let's say. In our business, you need to be taking some risks at some point. Definitely calculated risks, but when you're doing something new in the market, everybody wants the new. So we grew into the retail business and the wholesale, they were going parallel together. Then we started also doing some little investments in some properties. We did Damas real estate, and we have grown also in that until now. Mashallah, it's quite a big company. So back to the jewelry. Today we have achieved a lot of milestones in our industry, where people see us as the children of my beloved father, God bless his soul. And he was very proud of us that we have brought the business to a different level. Yeah. We reached, I think, back in the year 2000, 2001, we had close to 523 shops around of the mass around the region. Then after we sold the company back to 2013, we took a pause a little bit. Then we started again our Jawhara business. Now we are running with close to 300 outlets. So we have the know-how.
Right.
We've seen what challenges we have faced in the past
Right.
in Damas, and we have rectified all these obstacles in our new company, Jawhara. And mashallah, Jawhara is well established. And so it's not only the number of shops that you have exposed your company with, it is the creativity that we have. And we are so lucky because we are three brothers that we are all passionate about our business. We love our business. I would say every fortnight we have a new jewelry collection, totally different from whatever we have. Every fortnight, Jawhara presents something new into the market to keep the customers on their toes. So they have to keep coming to us and see what's new in there. So the constant creativity and constant innovation is what the customer wants.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are able to produce, to present something new with the ethics that our father taught us, that whatever you sell has to be genuine, the gold purity has to be tested, the finishing of the process be 100% go through quality control. We still maintain all that until today and forever. Today as I'm talking to you now, we have 4 generations of customers
Right.
that are still coming only to our family to buy from. We became like the family doctor, let's say. I'm proud to say this, that we have achieved great levels, I would say, of success. Now, to maintain this, it's more difficult than reaching there. The constant creation or creativity and presenting something new to the market, like you were asking me earlier, how's your day? I said every day is a beautiful day. And we have in our business, in our business life, there are no 2 days the same. Every day is different from the other. And this is what I would like to get hopefully our next generation in the jewelry business to understand that you can't say, I know everything, I'm going to do this. It's always a constant learning, constant improvement, constant creativity that has to be behind this success. So I would love that all these new generations listen to this, understand this, and be courageous about moving into this business. Even you could start with a small, even online business. We have offered lots of new jewelers. We said, bring us your designs. We manufacture it for you for the minimum cost that you will be able to sell on your online platform or whatever. So you could feel that the business is going on. Then slowly they can start making a small shop or a counter or a kiosk in one of the malls, etc. And you can promote your name. The first step is very important, and to have guts and enough confidence in what they are doing is very important.
I'm taking so many notes while you speak on this, and I would love to start with this thing that you wearing so many hats as leader, as father, as founder of business that's so successful. It has seen so many ups and downs. You also bring in international brands to UAE. They still have faith in you as when that if you are there, if they are with Jawhara, they are safe, and it's a big thing. So being so courageous, being so much into risk and calculative risk, I would say, I'm sure sometimes it would have gone wrong as well. So when you get to know that we have to go all in, and now this is the time that we should hold back.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Today, as I said, obstacles have to be arising in every challenges are always there. Now, to tackle the challenges in the right way is where I would say the wisdom comes and the knowledge of what you're doing comes or plays a big role. there have never been a point where we said, we're not going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been there. As I said, we are three brothers. And we are all courageous and teamwork. The team we have over 1,000 people today in the company. We work as one. It's like a family. Today, if you come to my office or you've been to my office, my door is open all the time. My brother's door is open all the time. The office boy will walk in. The big client will walk in. It's we treat our I can't say our partners in the business as our family.
Mm-hmm.
So together we row in one direction. That gives you an extra speed and mileage in growth as well. The family sensation, or the family confidence that they have, our team. If you ask any of our salespeople in any of the shops or any of the branches, they'll have a big smile. They'll say, I'm working in my own jewelry. It's not I'm working for somebody else. They feel that they are working for themselves, which they really are. The teamwork is very important. Back to what you said, that you reach a point, say, you know what, we should not do this. We have a fortnightly meeting with all the area managers, the finance manager, the operation managers, the HR. We have like 25 people team that manage the company, not us only three brothers. Whatever projects we have in mind or want to put it on the table or any suggestions, we have an agenda. We do some long meetings, like between 8 to 10 hours every fortnight, where we discuss all these topics. And if not everybody approves and agrees on that, it's scrapped off.
Okay.
So it's not a dictatorship, it's a democracy. We have implemented in our company.
Ultimately, they are the one who has to sell. So.
Exactly. So at the same time today, whenever we create something new, we make the prototypes.
Mm-hmm.
We have it all displayed in our head office. All the area managers and the shop managers, they come and they study the piece. They look at the design. They look at the line, who does it suit. They look at the budgets where it suits. Yes, no, let's change this way. We do this change. We make it smaller. We make it bigger, whatever. We take their advices and then we continue to manufacture this product. So when they receive it in their shops, they have witnessed the birth of the piece. At the same time, they have their fingerprints also in the final touch of the piece. So they know what they're selling. Therefore, it is very important, this meetings that we have, whether it's a new shop, a new product, a new brand bringing in, whatever it is, it's always discussed before implementing anything, discussed in this board meeting or management meeting, where everybody has his own opinion on the table, and we decide all together, yes, okay, tick, proceed.
And these big decisions about, like you, today Jawhara is at 300 store, and I'm sure there are new plans as well. So these big decisions about expansion, about getting a new vendor or getting a new supplier or probably starting a new venture altogether. So as you said, you have a big board meeting as well. But what I know as well off the records, that when you have to take big decisions, you and your brothers disconnect. You go for a fishing trip, and that's where the main thing happens.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it is to disconnect from the business or the work environment. It's very important to detach yourself into something else. You know, the sea is so beautiful. When you go to sea, you are there just between you and the water and the sky, and that's it. So we do fishing, we do some water sports as well, etc. So it is, you disconnect from the business or the work environment,
Monotony, probably.
and you come back totally fresh, and your mind is reset. Everything is there. But definitely it helps a lot. But it's never a 3 persons decision. It's always the 25 people's decision. We get some new ideas where we suggest to the secretary to put it onto the agenda, where we discuss with the rest of the team. There's no single decision is done independently. It's always cumulative decision.
Good to know that the organization is going so strong. It's a beautiful example of delegation. So, tell us something about that. How well you have to communicate with your top management that it goes to the ultimate on shop level, and also there's so much going behind retail as well. There's a purchase, then there's a production, then there's a negotiation. So much happening. So, tell us about that. How this thing is done for a big organization like Jawhara. So many major power has been given to the purchasers, or it is a 50-50 share of ideas or decision making.
We have purchasing team, which are headed by one of our old, I would say, like a brother to us as well. He's been with us for almost 40 years. He served us in Damas and then in Jawhara. But still, I have to be heading all the purchases. I have to be involved in all the purchases. Whether it's half a pointer diamond, whether it's a big production or big jewelry line. No matter what knowledge they have, I have. When you put everybody's opinion together or input, definitely your mistakes will become very little. So we discuss it together. The purchasing team, we have like 5 people doing the purchasing. That's after the approval of the area managers and the shop managers about the product. So we know that this is what they want, that's how they like it. So we discuss the prices and we make sure that the product is on top level of finishing, top level of accuracy in the components of the piece. On top of this, we have an individual company with a laboratory that certifies each jewelry piece that we sell to the end user. So it gives the customers some extra confidence about the purity of the gold, about the clarity and the color of the gemstones and the natural. Again, we sell natural diamonds. We sell only natural stones. We don't. I mean, I know it's a bit common in the market now, the synthetic stones. But we always look at the resale value of the product. Today, you're my customer. Today, I want to see you every day. I don't want to see you once. You buy from me, you come back to me, tell me, I want to sell you this. I say, sorry, but I don't buy it back because it has no value. No. To maintain this relation, we have to maintain our ethics and principles in conducting business. Today, we want you and your children and your grandchildren to come and buy from us happily and with big confidence what they're buying is value for money. So back to the main concept of placing orders, the authenticity of the product and the gemstones goes filtered by me. Then after that, whatever is being manufactured, when it comes from the factory, it goes screened by 6 people that do all the quality control on each and every product. Then we have it certified, tagged, then distributed to the shops, then sent to the shops. In the case of there's like a new brand, we give a session of training for the sales team that this product is born from this idea, etc., so they can discuss this or pass on this knowledge and information to the end user.
Talking about competition and negotiation, Jawhara is known as a brand which is way ahead of its time. So, on the funny part of this is that competitors also come and sit across the table with you and ask about the market knowledge. So, when you know where to draw the fine line that you are having a conversation with a competitor who would probably set up his own business of probably wholesale or retail, or could be, just as a trader. So, when you know that, okay, this is where you gatekeep.
See, there is no red lines. Today, I like to pass my knowledge to the newcomer, whatever his background, wherever he comes from, when he's seeking my advice. Funny enough, last month in February, we had an exhibition, attended an exhibition in Bangkok, then an exhibition in Hong Kong. There were few of the jewelers from UAE and from Kuwait and from Saudi. that we know them, that we know them as clients. So they were seeking my advice what to say. So I took them all together with me. I sat them with the gem dealers. And I said, sit down, don't say anything, just watch me. So I'll tell you what are the prices here. Then when I was negotiating the prices, they were learning basically what this gemstone should worth, how much they should be offering to the supplier, and etc. Then when we went to manufacturers, sit down, guys, look. When you look at the item, you have to look at the setting, you have to look at the polish, you have to look at the prongs, you have to look at the band, file marks. I was teaching them there and then. So to me, when I teach these guys, they're not competitor. I don't look at anybody as a competitor. I look as a new guy or another person who wants to learn from me to improve his level of business products or level of knowledge about the products, and you could pass it on to his client. So I don't look at other jewelers as competitors, honestly. I see them as complementing the business.
Mm-hmm.
They are another pillar in this industry. You get my point? So to seek competition, what is competition? Today, I would love you as a jeweler, my next door shop person, to come and be able to buy and manufacture jewelry like I'm doing. Because in the end of the day, our margins are very reasonable. Now, if they would learn this as well, to do this, so then they'll be on the same level as us or even better. It'll be great if you could see some better ideas and better concepts coming out from the other Jews, which are not competitors, they are friends, they are partners in our business.
That's a beautiful thought. What are the principles of Jawhara? What are the strong morals that has been taking you so far? And the journey is like more than 100 years, and it's a big tenure for any jewelry brand to exist in 2024. What are the morals that is driving the whole game for Jawhara?
See, I mean, again, here we have the vision of the company, the vision of the family, let's say, not the company. Now, within this vision, we have the strategy how to reach there. All this has to be built on ethics and decency in our product. So it's all one package. I cannot be creative but not decent, or my product are half finished, or it has to be a full package. Having this, what we learned from my father and my grandfather today, we need to have a perfect piece. By itself, it will bring you to those levels. When you follow ethics, when you follow a proper strategy to bring you to that level, and when you have the right team that are rowing on the same boat in the same direction with you, believe me, things happen much quicker than you expect. When we started Johara back in 2015, me and my brothers would just have a little chat, and we said, we just sold Damas now with 522 shops. I think we will be happy if we achieve where Damas is in 20 years, 22 years, and we have overcome Damas in less than 10 years. So it shows that when you have the know-how, you have the strategy and the philosophy of conducting business with the right team, you reach much quicker.
Beautiful. Good to know, sir. And there was a controversy in India when Mr. N.R. Narayan Murthy from Infosys told that youth should work 70 hours per week. And there was a huge disagreement amongst people of all the ages that it's not about longer working hours, it's about smart work. And people had different views about it. I know you for your discipline. You are the first one to come and last one to go. You don't follow watch when it's about business. What are your thoughts on this?
For sure, today you need to work smart. Today, I think the number of hours you put into the business, it is important because it's work, productive work. Now, to start at 7 or start at 8 and finish at 8, do 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, but your productivity is just hardly 1 or 2 hours a day, there's no point. It's a waste of time. You need to be productive. The reason I come a bit early, my brothers, we all come a bit early. We come before everybody else. We are in the office at 8 o'clock in the morning, so we have an hour to start a program or plan the day of how we're going to do every hour, every dedicate this to here, delegate this to this guy has to achieve this. So when 9 o'clock, when all the stuff, all the partners are there, so they know that they have to come to the office and say, you do this, you're going to do this, you do this. So the flow of the work goes on very smooth. Yes, we put extra hours. It's in our genes. I mean, there were times when we used to do 7 in the morning till 11 at night at some points back in the 80s and 90s. We've put a lot of hours and hard work into our business, and the result is here. As you see, you have to work smart. Like I said, if you prepare your agenda for the day, I'm going to do 1 hour of this, 1 hour of this, half an hour of this, or this. So you tick everything that you do during the day. You feel, yes, I've achieved that. If you finish at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, you can back up and go. If you have finished your objectives or targets of the day. And it's so, in our culture, we like to set high targets to achieve. So it gives you extra motivation. And with God blessing, we have achieved most of the targets with our team. With God blessing, and like I said, we achieved what we have done in Damas. In 30 years, we have achieved it in less than 10 years. So, yes, work smart is very important. The number of hours you put in is not the main criteria. But as I said, if you start early with a fresh mind, set the agenda for the day, plan your work, plan your day, then you start doing it, then it's the right way.
Thank you for sharing that. Talking about this connection, I'm circling back to our earlier conversation. So not just building great businesses, you also have some hobbies that are very adventurous. And I want you to tell and talk about it as well.
Yeah, okay. Beside work or our business, let's say, I love racing cars. I love rallying, and I've started rallying since back in 1985 was my first rally, and I have achieved good positions through the days. And recently, in back 2017, 2018, and 2019, I've achieved the first place in T2 rally group for 3 years in a row, which is a hat trick. That is a life achievement, I would say, where I got the President's Award for that, which is, for me, it's like my life achievement in that.
This is so
This
cool.
is back to sports. So allow me just to bring you a little bit back to the Millennium Award, Jewelry Award. That was conducted in by De Beers, where 3,586 jewelers participated in this competition. The award ceremony was in Paris in the Louvre. I have won the best jewelry award on that day. So for me, it was like, it's my achievement, my company achievement, my family achievement, and my country's achievement. So it was because the jewelry award that I won with was the burqa, was the Emirati burqa, which was like, again, was used by Alexander McQueen for 2 years in a row for his fashion show. He was using it for the top model that he used for his fashion shows around the world. And in 2004, which is it's competition that goes every 4 years, like the World Cup. I won again the Best Jewelry Award. And 2008, I won again 3 times. That's another hat trick that I have in my life, where I won three jewelry awards, one after the other. Let's say another hat trick. It's something that I would be very proud of to have in my CV as an individual, as a jeweler from the United Arab Emirates, from Dubai, to have listed my name in the World Jewelry Awards 3 times in a row. Back to the sport, yes, I love racing. And again, it is a disconnection, like we were talking about the fishing earlier, going to the sea. And racing as well, you technically are dealing with the vehicle, with the terrain, and trying to compete with the time and then compete with the other drivers. So it's a very, very adrenaline drive all the way till you finish the race. Then when you achieve your objective, I mean, I have big cupboards of trophies at home, which I'm very proud of. Again, it's all my life achievement there. Since 1986 was my first award of first place. I feel so proud of it. Today, even at this age, I'm able to race and achieve good results. It gives me great pride as well. And sports, as we were talking about earlier, sport in your life, whether you are a doctor, whether you are an engineer, whoever you are, doing some part of sports in your life is important for your body, for your mindset, for your spirit, for your soul. It's, again, a disconnection from whatever else is there. It refreshes your mind, refreshes your soul, and you keep a healthy body.
So when you're not in office and also you're not into sports or not going, because it takes, like, especially you need to cut out some time to go and achieve that. How you unwind, like with your family, with your kids, how your day, a normal day outside office looks like?
Family. Today, with God blessing, I have 8 kids. I have 3 grandchildren, and the 4th one is on the way. And my brother, God bless him, Mr. Tawheed, he's 11 months older than me only, not even 1 year. And Mr. Tawfiq also is 1 year older than Mr. Tawheed. Mr. Tawheed has got 9 kids. Mr. Tawfiq has got 7 kids. My sister has got 3 kids. So this gathering, we have a family gathering every weekend where all the kids, they come over, whoever is around, because some of my children are studying overseas now. So this family gathering is very important. At the same time, we still use some sport at home. We have table tennis, we have billiard table, we have snooker table. So we play some sports also at home. And now we are at the verge. My brother Tawfiq is planning to start to build a paddle tennis court in our house as well. So that's going to be hopefully done soon. So we'll have also internal competition between the kids and us.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
So family for us is a priority. Today, the real investment in our life today, me or you or anybody else, is your children, where if you bring them up properly, you educate them properly, see them successful, this is a real achievement.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Talking about your kids, do they look at the business, the jewelry business, same as you do, or are they willing to put in same hard work that you did back in days? I understand that they definitely need not to start from the scratch, but as you said that to sustain is more, it's more taxing than starting or reaching there. So what is their viewpoint about coming to this business with their new idea, fresh approach?
For sure, they are not very happy to put this much of hours on their daily work, but for sure they're also much more educated than us. They're exposed to more, let's say, intellectual, into intelligence, artificial intelligence, into lots of new things that have come into the life, what facilitates and helps achieving some certain things in the business in a much quicker way. So they definitely are interested in the business. Slowly they are coming in to join us in the company. What we do is let them go around all the departments, study all the departments, see where there are some improvements to be done. Then they would be selecting which position they'll be attending, they'll be taking. Then when they decide, we put them through the panel of the HR where they interview them as any other different independent employee that will join the company. So they have no leverage being the son of the owner or the daughter of the owner. No, they go treated the same. But we give them some certain field training, not training, field knowledge. So they go around all the departments, visit them, study them, understand, analyze, then come to us with their suggestions, which area they'll be able to take care of.
And it would be lovely to see their approach, because kids nowadays are coming up with amazing ideas that we are not even thinking in that direction. And talking about direction and fresh approach, this whole podcast, the tagline says Unlearn and Adapt. I started this back in COVID when we had nowhere to go, no one to talk to. So it was audio only. I used to do it through phone. And then I'm very fortunate that I could do it in this way and bring people like yourself to talk about everything. And whole agenda was to bring in new, fresh approach. Ultimately, I say unlearn, because to succeed in 2024 and there onwards, we need to have a fresh approach altogether. We cannot be going with the same way. Probably we need to scrutinize our buying plans. We need to scrutinize our buying patterns. We need to see what's moving in the market. Also, with advancement of technology, we have to think probably 3 years ahead, at least.
Yeah, for sure, like you said earlier, the new generations are more exposed to new modes and ways of conducting the business. Definitely, say the online business. We're going to promote this and this and that. But they are also, we are old school. We're still old school. No matter how advanced we are, but we are still not this generation, we are the old generation. So the new generations have got the right to put have their input into the business, their suggestions, their advices, their ideas, where we could sit in the back seat and say, you should do it this way, try that, try this. We give them all the guidelines, how to achieve what they want to achieve in the right way and at the same time in the quickest way. My advice to everybody or all the young generation today is take the challenge. If you don't challenge yourself, challenge your capabilities, you will not know where is your limit. One of the answers that I get very often, that I tell Mr. X or Mrs. X, can you do this? Are you able to do this? Yes, I'll do my best. Do you know your best? You don't know your best. Take it as, yes, I will do it. No matter what it is, I'll challenge myself and I'll achieve it. So it's one of the, let's say, the words that I do not, let's say, enjoy much is, I'll do my best. You don't know your best. The human power is no limit, has got no limits. I still remember a picture, a photo of a little kid, I think about 7 or 8 years old, with a rope on the neck of an elephant of 7-8 tons, God knows. And this little kid is dragging the elephant there, here, move right, move left. This little creature, this little human, is controlling this. So imagine the human being's power. It's big. So we don't know our limits. We don't know our power. Unless we try and we challenge ourselves, then we can do it like marathons. They do 100 meters in so 9 seconds or 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Then the next year somebody else beats that record and beats that record and beats that record. So you don't know your limits. Same thing is in business. Don't think that if I make a mistake today or I lose in this business today, oh my God, I'm going to sit up my hand and start crying. No, there's no point. Continue, carry on, challenge yourself, improve yourself, find out where you went wrong and correct it.
We are towards the end of our discussion, and I want to know your valuable inputs about someone who's new in the market, UAE is saturated now. Dubai as a market is now saturated in terms of newness to be done or new things, but there's always room for new. What would be your guidance to them? Because banking is strict now. Several laws are changing. It's not that easy to come and do your own business over here. What one fresh approach? What approach should be? What kind of mindset people should have when they're coming to UAE for doing business? I'm talking this from B2B prospect.
Yeah. Now, you need to know that today the SEPA agreement signed between UAE and India has facilitated a lot the trade between India and Dubai or UAE. To import some jewelry, let's say you are a jeweler from Calcutta, from Bombay, from Delhi, from wherever you are, and you have some nice products, and you would like to approach Jawhara XYZ company for your jewelry. You might as well bring a sample line, like a few pieces, just to give us an indication of what type of designs you have, and you bring the rest as a catalog. And you come to my office and say, I have this jewelry, what do you think about it? Then I'll give you the guidelines of how to make it better if it's not perfect. If it's good, if it's what we have achieved, we say, okay, make me an order of 100 pieces, 50 pieces, whatever. I'll start the business. So there is always space. Saturation is a statement that I do not accept for UAE or for Dubai. Yeah. Saturation is not for us.
Maybe I'll reframe as matured market. It's a mature market now.
Yeah, it's for sure is a matured market, but still has got more levels of maturity to grow also into. So, sorry to disagree with you, but the space is there. Anything nice and new and beautiful and affordable and made nicely and in a good way has got space in our market. I told you back earlier, we have more than 220 different nationalities on this terrain living here, interacting with all of us. So therefore, the space is big. The playground is big.
Thank you. Sir, with the diplomats of UAE traveling to India and Indian diplomats coming to UAE and developing these strong bonds, we feel that it's a strong future for both the countries. But you as a businessman, how profitable or what's how you see this as? Because visits of Prime Minister to country was a landmark for all the Indians living over here. And also you find there's lots of sourcing for your companies being done from the India in a very effective way. So what is your viewpoint about India as a market, India as a country for international world?
See, in terms of India and UAE, signing the SEPA agreement has, as I said, lifted all the barriers between these two countries. India is one of the, I can't say it's a country, it's a continent, basically, India. I've been traveling to India since I was 15 years old, buying diamonds and buying gemstones. I have not seen, not even 5% of India, and it's an impressive country. The way things have been developing over the past 5-7 years, we see the collaboration, not us as jewelers only, as all the other industries and the trades in our country. They're going to have more and more facilities in conducting the business, in trading or exchanging the trade between UAE and India. I'm not a politician, but I see that we have, I talk about our UAE people, I think our management of the country is a 5-star management, if not more. The vision of the country is amazing. If you see in 50 years' time, we lived all this, we lived all these development. And if we were talking about it, as I told you, funny enough, this evening after iftar, that we were born and brought up in Ras area in Dera, and the place was so small. We walked to school. There was the only school in Dera. Then there was another school in Shandara in Bordubai. Nothing else in this except the desert and the few houses, a few families that are living there. And we look at it today, it's next to incredible of growth as well. But again, when there is a vision, when there's somebody behind the driving seat, driving the country in the right direction, the city, the right direction, there's no impossible.
It was lovely having this conversation with you, and something a concluding note, as a concluding note, would like to add.
I would like to say thank you all for watching this or listening to me. I hope some of the advices that I've put on the table here would be beneficial to all of you guys. And I hope to see more jewelers coming into this business because, as I said, jewelry is a huge field from designing to manufacturing to selling to trading. It's a big industry. I wish all of you guys will have the right vision in how to grow, how to enter into this business, and any guidance you need, Jawhara is there. Manufacturing, advisors, anything you want, we're here open arms to anybody else.
Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here. And I'm glad to be around to talk about us as a family and our company, yet as UAE and Dubai as a city.
We are very blessed to have you.
Thank you, sir.
again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for staying tuned with Jewellery Pod. Thank you for staying for this amazing session. Please subscribe and leave your comments on feedback. And we will be right back next week. Thank you.